Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Alrighty, we are the Application of Knowledge podcast. And I am Animated Mel. This is Chris James. And this is Stephen Michael. And we are the Application of Knowledge. And we are going to give you all an entertaining show. There's going to be clowns. There's going to be juggling acts. There's going to be fire. There's going to be pyro. There's going to be knowledge being shared from Chris James and Stephen Michael. I mean, I'm going to do what I do. But I got a question I want to ask you all. What makes you happy? Chris James, what makes you happy? Tell me things. Tell me.
Hands are cold.
Hey, all right, then.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me three things
Absorbing my energy
that genuinely brings you unconditional joy.
Jeez, three things that
Three
bring
things.
unconditional joy?
Three unconditional joys. And if it's not unconditional, something that makes you happy. And then I want you to tell me why for each of these.
Man,
What is going on?
What? I'm not saying give a fucking story.
Yes, you just basically told me to give a dissertation on the spot.
Why not?
First of all, I don't even know if you know the depth of the question you asked. You said three things that bring me unconditional joy.
Yeah.
First of all, joy comes from within. You can't. A thing can't give you joy.
Okay.
That's way too powerful.
Okay.
Because then, if a thing can give you a joy, a thing can take away your joy. Happiness, I believe, is situational. So I think there's things that can make you happy, and you can, happiness is like, okay, we went to. I like Six Flags. I like amusement parks. That made me happy. Or there's this girl that I like, and she came over and she told me she loved me, and that made me happy. But joy has to come from within. So I think there's only one source of joy, and it comes from your energetic center, your soul, or whatever you want to call it. And I don't think that anything on the outside
Should affect
that. Like, when people start dealing with depression, it's because somehow they've allowed their joy to be extinguished, which it's kind of like with Transformers, how they have those energon cubes or whatever, that life cube or whatever. If that thing goes out, it's game over for them. Yeah, that's what depressed people are experiencing. But I don't know if that's like a continual mindset that allows people to like put out their own joy or what, because it seems like people allow others to look. I understand it's okay for somebody to affect you, like make you feel a certain way in a moment or whatever, but to make you feel like the essence of your being is worthless, to allow somebody that much power, I just never understood it. With that being said, things that make me happy, I probably
Round of applause for that first answer, though, because you was dropping some motherfucking gems right there. But go ahead, continue. I just want you to give your flowers, man. I appreciate that.
The first thing I would say is helping others. It's something that what makes me happy is usually going to be tied into what I'm passionate about. And since I was very young, I always knew that I needed to help other people. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. It's not like I saw it or something growing up. It's just in me. And then for a long time, I didn't know how to get to that place where I was going to be able to help other people in a large way. So part of my journey of just becoming a man and feeling complete was figuring out, well, like, what is my purpose? And then I found out that people can have multiple purposes, and that's a new revelation, because they make it sound like, what's your purpose? It's like one thing, but it's not. And it'll evolve over time. So, being able to help somebody, see somebody get some transformative change, that really makes me happy. Spending time with the people that are close to me that I care about makes me happy. So if, we get together and have a good night, whatever the case may be, go to a jazz lounge, have dinner. You know what I mean? Like that makes me happy. I enjoy being around my friends and my family.
I feel you.
What's another thing? Okay, well, if I'm being honest, one of the things that I was very passionate about before health and wellness was finances. So being able to the idea of having enough wealth to where I'm good and my family is good, and the generations that will come after me will be set up for success. That makes me happy as well. Like I wouldn't say that it's necessarily money per se, because I actually don't need money, but it's what money brings. It's the comfort of knowing that you don't have to worry if something, your car breaks down, or if you want to go on a trip, it's like you don't have to stress or worry. You could just go. So that doesn't have to be money. So I don't want to say money, because you can have resources, you can have networks, you can have the ability to have those things without money. Relationships with people could bring that as well. So just to be clear, but being able to have resources and just enjoy life to the fullest extent, that makes me happy.
That was nice, man. I like that. How about you, Stephen?
Hey, man, that was a really good answer. And I agree with a lot of what you're saying in regards to, happiness or joy itself should come from within yourself. So I'll just echo that sentiment without repeating it. But I would say that for me, three things very simply, and I'm a simple kind of guy, but probably the number one thing for me is seeing progress in my own life. I love hitting milestones. I love setting goals and then surpassing them or accomplishing those goals. And, whether that is in, the physical aspect, whether it is in, career, financial, emotional, spiritual, having a deep connection, working on, trying to have a spiritual moment, or, trying to have a visitation or something while I'm sleeping, those are goals. And a lot of those things, when I accomplish them, I find a lot of happiness and joy from them. Second thing would be my children. I thoroughly enjoy them, and I get a lot of happiness from being able to provide for them and have conversations and teach them, and just know that through everything I've been through and all the things that I've accomplished, getting to the point where for me, if you run my story, I mean, a lot of what I have done and do for them, I should not be able to do. There's people would look at me on paper sometimes and be like, oh yeah, well, we understand, you've been through a lot, yada, 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 right? But I really get a lot of enjoyment and pleasure out of, being able to do things for them, and, seeing them be grateful for those things. And then the last thing, I had something on my head. I had it.
It's coming back. It's like, Steven, I'm here. Remember me. Okay, I know what it was. I told you,
So it kind of ties in with both of them, actually. But honestly, I believe, and me and Chris are on different paths of life, right?
What about me?
You haven't given an answer yet.
No, okay.
So I am a firm believer that our purpose in life can change or shift, based upon where we are in life. I think that it's something that will change slowly over a long span of time. But I can't say that for my life that I have multiple purposes. And once again, we're in different parts of life, so maybe I'm not there yet. But I personally believe for my life that my life's journey or my life's purpose is to help other people, to share my to share my experiences with people, to passionately and happily help walk them through situations. And that's why I believe that I've gone through a lot of things that I've gone through, and I have the ability to teach very well, because I'm supposed to be helping other people. And the more people I help, the more it helps me. I don't have to focus on doing a bunch of other things or trying to make money, yada yada yada. I just focus on helping other people, and naturally I'm taken care of. So and I believe that when you really realize your life's purpose and what that means for you, then life just kind of works. When you're doing the right things and you're moving in the right direction, then life just works. I don't believe that there necessarily should be these massive roadblocks where, your car's always broken down, someone broke in your house, you broke your leg. I mean, all these things broken, right? But, I don't believe that there should be all these roadblocks. Not that there won't be roadblocks happening, but if you are doing the thing in life that you are supposed to be doing, for the most part, doors are going to open, and not necessarily doors closing. So if you're experiencing a lot of doors closing, then I would look at what you're doing in life, and maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing. So,
energetic focus is important. Because I think you could be moving in a direction that would be positive, or maybe what you're passionate about, but your mindset isn't there. One of the things that I learned was everybody wants, what's my passion? I got to figure it out. I want to start working on it. But if you're not prepared to be the person you need to be when you're working your passion, then you're going to mess it up. And I think a lot of times people, they skip the part where they work on themselves. Like all of the stuff, the roadblocks and stuff, that should come first. And then you figure some stuff out. And then you change your mindset and you focus your energy somewhere else. And then the doors open and you have your aha moment and you're like, oh, I figured it out. And then that's how you go and help other people.
Yeah, I agree. Good way to wrap that up.
Was that 3?
It was 3.
Okay, nice. Alrighty. What makes me happy, right? I guess.
No, what's 3 things that make you joyful?
Oh.
Unabundant, uninhibited, life-changing joy.
Answer your own question.
Yeah, don't take ours. Answer your own question.
Well, honestly, everything that Chris said resonated with me.
Here we go.
And everything that you said besides the children part, it resonated with me. I don't have any kids.
Yeah, but children make you, they still bring you joy, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they bring me annoyance as well.
Of course. I mean, I never said they, of course, they absolutely do. I didn't say that it was all rainbows and FX glasses.
Hey, you want to see what I see? You want to see what I see?
Yeah.
You want to see what I see?
Let me see life through your lens. Yeah, I couldn't live like this. I feel like I'm on drugs. I've experienced that drug before.
You want to see what I see, Chris?
I would not want to live life through that lens.
This is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt drunk. I felt high.
Who does this to themselves?
This is cool, man.
Yeah, if you say that's why you be going to them concerts.
Have you ever been to? Oh, no, you haven't. No. So you can't judge. If you go there, you go to the concerts, it's just a different vibe, man. You feel the energy. It's nice little.
So is that your first answer?
No.
Concerts?
No. My first thing would be creation. Because I enjoy creating.
I'm sure you do.
And when it comes to, I'm a very kind of artsy type of vibe guy. So like creation and being able to, put things together or just sit at something for like hours and be like, damn it, I need to find something this needs to be, I can do something better than this, So within the arts, like you're challenging yourself, and within that challenge, you're becoming better, And so having creative outlets, whether it's music, whether it's editing videos, or, whether it's martial arts or anything that deals with yourself just expressing yourself creatively, like that's something that just brings me happiness, unconditional happiness. That's why it's like I always have that thought and mindset of I can never be bored. Like it's impossible for me to be bored because there's so much to fucking do. You know
I think we all have unlimited things. Like
Solitary confinement. What about that?
I think about that. Like I think about all scenarios, and I'm just like, in this situation, how can I utilize this to the best of my abilities? I used to do this when I was a kid, and I can still do it now. Like when all the electricity goes off, most
living
people,
in the hood, huh?
well, yeah, living in the hood, or when there's lightning storms and then like the electric goes off. Like, what do you do? Back then, we were kids. We can just go outside, or we will play games and do all this stuff. But me, I would draw. I can draw. I'll do that, or I'll practice martial arts. I'll start doing some kicks and punches. Like I'll always.
But they don't have paper and pen in solitary confinement.
Okay, solitary.
And they don't have enough room to kick.
And I've never been in solitary confinement, so I can't necessarily say how I would be. It would be, I don't know the energy that's around that.
I think you have your shirt, some pants, maybe you have socks, and then you have a wall with a door.
Well, if I have as much knowledge as I have now, and I was to go into solitary confinement, then yes, I think I would be okay. Simply because I will be able to ease my mind. And knowing like the different breathing techniques that you learn from Wim Hof and things of that nature, I will be able to have more control of my body temperature. So I wouldn't need as much the comfort that most people would need. And so also understanding that this isn't my final destination, understanding that I'm going through this experience right now to grow, to become a better person. I can't allow these circumstances to get the best of me. Not to be afraid to feel it, because it's okay to feel it. Don't run away from the emotion that you're going to feel, but I am going to embrace it because I know I'm going to become better from this situation. So I am in this solitary confinement, but I'm not going to be here forever. Going through this is going to push me to be better and be in a better life that I should be in, because I needed this challenge in order to grow, in order to experience something that's pushing me. That's the way I look at it.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Yes.
That's basically what it is.
In a sense, But granted, I've never done that, but I know how my mindset is, and I will adapt to my situation, and I will make the best of it.
Good answer.
Okay, we gotta do number 2 for creation. Okay, number 2 would be anime. I love anime, and it's kind of in the same. It's kind of in the same realm of creation, But it's also enjoying art and seeing different people and the way they express their art, And you see it through action. You see it within the characters, and like the story has its own story, but the characters, their personalities, it's a story in itself, and so you get lost in it, especially if it's like a really good anime series. One Piece is really, I guess, it's prominent in that because if you watch One Piece, you see this story can go on forever because of how detailed the story is and how diverse the character selections are. It's it's just in the world in itself, and so that's why that's one of my favorite animes, because it's so you just get lost in the journey of like what is going to happen next, and also just seeing action and all that stuff, man. So it's like different, and even outside of like the action stuff, it gives you emotions, or it gives you feelings that you didn't even think that you can get on a freaking anime thing, just like tears, like motherfuckers there's so many anime out there that evoke emotions that you won't even get in day-to-day reactions with people,
Yeah.
Because like you get so attached to it, and then you hear the story and you can relate to it, and you be like, man, this shit happened, man, this be fucked up. You know what I mean? And like anybody who watched One Piece, spoiler alert, it's not a big spoiler
Do
alert.
we get to turn it off? I don't want to hear it. It better not
It's
be
not
that
a big
now.
spoiler alert. It's what we already seen.
Oh, okay.
Like when Luffy was trying to go save Ace.
Oh, Mel, that's terrible. Don't do that. Why you put that in there? That's a huge spoiler, man. What are you talking about?
Okay, but anywho, that emotion that happened right there, oh my gosh, it brings, it's like, oh fuck, because you can feel that, man. And even like the romances, I'm a romantic guy. I like to be romantic sometimes. Like I'll read romance manga or watch some anime, and they touch you and like, oh man, no, why you do it? No, he deserves another chance. You know what I mean? And also seeing like people fall in love, I just love it all, man. And it's like it's a good thing for me to, to enjoy, because and also being able to see other people express their art. So many emotions that's encapsulated, And like, I don't want to copy off of what y'all said, man, but like, I really do enjoy helping people. I really enjoy, learning about different things that push me, to be better. I love hanging out with my friends.
I mean, this is why we're friends, though. This is why,
Yeah. Like, I really genuinely enjoy hanging out with my friends and like creating new like moments and memories, because like I know my type of personality, and it's been this way since I was like younger. Like when I have like a group of people that I love, I'm just like, these my people. Yeah, I want to do everything. Like I have a selfish desire. I think I've expressed it, that I want all of my friends that I know in this entire world, I want them to be all in one spot. Like everyone that I care about, I want them all to be in one spot, and we can just enjoy life together. That's my selfish desire. But
How many of your friends are men?
I don't know.
Give me a percentage.
It's probably...
I'm trying to figure out if this is going to be a sausage fest or not.
Nah, it'll probably be 65-35.
Really?
Yeah. For men and women.
Friends.
Trying to figure out what all these women are.
Wow. That does not, I did not expect that.
What, 65?
Yeah, I thought it was way more men.
Way more
I'm
men?
trying to figure out where all these women are that you know.
Well, they're like people that I care about.
Your ex-girlfriends and stuff.
No. Maybe some. Maybe some, but like when a relationship is over, it's over. Like I don't like it'll be hard for me to acquire those emotions again. Like even if
friendship.
Yeah, friendship is fine. Yeah, but like trying to like ex-girlfriends and trying to get that feeling that I used to have for them back, that can never happen. Like even if I wanted it, like say if we broke up and it's been years and it's just like, okay, I wanted it still would be like, this isn't it, this isn't, it's for me, like I automatically, that emotion is gone,
Why is that emotion necessary though? Like I think so many people base things off of that strong love drug, and it's like, yeah, the feelings I have for you are gone and they can never come back. Okay, so what? You probably would have lost them along the way anyway. It's a very powerful feeling. I think it's foolish of us to think it's gonna last forever anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not really foundationally solid, because look at how many people experience that, and look how many people break up and they hate each other a week later, or a month later, or a year later. Like I'm done with that emotion personally. I don't even look for it. My connections to women specifically are much deeper than that now. Like that sounds backwards because everybody thinks that's such a deep emotion, but everybody experiences it all the time. It's very common. How deep can it really be? It just feels deep because of how it intoxicates you. Mm-hmm. But it's not, it's a very, I don't like it, to be honest.
It's in a sense, it's sort of like what you were saying earlier about having control, because you allow that emotion to control you, and then you become a victim to that emotion, and being able to
Victim of love.
A victim of love. Maybe Sade.
That'd be a good song.
Sade probably
it probably is a song.
Made a song like that.
Sounds like I ain't never heard that
We
before.
are not the first ones to have this revelation.
I know, but it sounded good.
The Victims of Love. That could be like a little novel.
Dang.
You know what I mean? But like we all have these emotions for these women, but But yeah, we were talking about a 65-35 friendship. Yeah. So like I'll have friends or female friends that were, past, women. But if there's women that I know just regardless of that connection, if they're just not good people, to have the same kind of energy that I want around, I won't include them in that. But I have a decent balance between men and women, but because I'm also including family, like So that's still in a 65-35 because I have a lot of aunts and uncles and they're guys, but I have a lot of aunts and
your trans
cousins.
uncles.
Yeah,
Trans uncles?
Well, Kendrick Lamar got a song.
I never hear about trans uncles.
Yeah, I wonder why. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I have a nice little balance of friends. But yeah, my selfish desire is to have all my friends and family, people that I care about, all in one spot. But I know that is not going to be able to happen. Why? Because everyone has their own lives. Everyone has their own view of how they want to, spend their life. Not everybody want to be cooped up with me because I could be a lot.
You can't be.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, we just like him on the weekends. Man, we got to see him every day. Like, whoo, we got to get them Dragon Balls, man. But
Wow.
hey, yeah, but yeah, that's just my selfish desire, and it's something that brings me joy. Like just being able to do things like go on trips and play games and go to events and go to concerts and do all that stuff. Like I want to do those things with all of my friends, and do things that they want to do, But I think that's something that brings me unconditional joy. Like, it just, or even just, we ain't got to go nowhere. We can just sit here, let's watch TV, let's watch some anime. Let's have good music in the background. Let's have good vibes going. Let's get these motherfuckers missing.
Wow, you are going hard right now.
Right. F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb.
Right.
F-bomb.
I'm gonna bleep this part.
Yeah, bleep yourself out.
But y'all feel me? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Let's go on a hot air balloon.
I mean,
or
you
something,
said you were passionate. These are things you bring you joy. I mean, it's showing. You was really showing.
Yeah, man, you really showing your right now.
Oh, see, I'm just like, it's something that brings me unconditional happiness, man. So, yeah, that's
So something that is not attainable is one of the things that brings you unconditional happiness. Because that's
not what he said. He said he would love to have everybody together.
Yeah.
But in being around the people he cares about is something that brings him.
Okay, that's what I had said.
Yeah, I would love that. I just know in reality that's just not possible.
You try to play him. I got your back. Man.
Because like I have
Trying to play you.
friends who live in Kentucky. I have the nerd friends, the hood friends, the intellectual.
Do they know they're the nerd friends?
They probably don't.
Wow.
Or they probably do. You know what I mean? But anybody who like anime, you're automatically a nerd, so you know what it is. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And it's not a bad thing. Like me personally, when people say nerd, I feel admiration.
It was supposed to be a bad thing, years ago. I think when we were growing up, it was not a good term.
Yeah.
It was not. I wouldn't want to be a nerd.
Nerd.
I personally never resonated with that because, people would try to say I was a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
I never resonated with that because it's like, but I don't have pocket protectors and I'm not socially awkward.
Yeah,
I feel like
glasses.
they would take pieces of what a nerd is. And if you
Yeah.
have any of those pieces, you're a nerd.
Yeah. So
Like-
if you wear glasses, that's fucked up though. So because when you're in school,
I know you know what all the nerd stuff was.
when you're in school and you wear glasses, you're the smartest motherfucker there.
Yeah.
You're the smartest one in the room. So yeah, I can yeah.
And what made us believe that people who wore glasses were smart?
It was probably like TV,
Yeah.
cartoons.
Anime.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you think about the characters that represent smart,
They always wore glasses.
They always wore glasses. Even Superman. Even Superman, when he was not Superman, you know what I mean? He had that tuxedo on, had them frames on.
They should have put Batman in glasses. Bruce don't wear glasses. He's a playboy.
He got contacts.
Oh yeah.
He got
All right.
contact.
He got contacts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those stereotypes exist.
Isn't it funny how TV manipulates us?
Yeah.
This is why I stopped watching TV.
Damn, that is deep though.
Yeah, it is.
That is real
Yeah, it
deep.
is.
Yeah. You automatically equate glasses with someone to be intelligent or smart. And obviously if you see someone, oh man, we about to get deep. We about to dig tunnel, baby. Diglett, Dug Trio. That's Pokemon reference. But it's like if you think about the I guess how melanated people are represented in America. Mm-hmm. And if you see this, they're poor, they're dirty, and you grow up and you just see this is all you're going to see.
Yeah.
Or if you see white people in power and when you're younger and you think this is it, you see a white person, you're going to feel inferior. And all this stuff It's through commercials, TV, and things that they teach you in school. It's all there. It's all there. It's very prominent, but that's why, I mean, obviously that's why you don't watch too much TV, because it's literally programming you. That's literally what it's doing. TV programming. It's like, think about words, think about symbols, and think about everything that has to deal with programming. And like, if you understand, I guess, symbology, you understand that these things have power. Everything has power. Like, if you know what? I don't want to get super conspiracy theory. I mean, I don't want nobody to get flagged or anything, but everything has power. Symbols have power. And the things that you see as a kid, why do you think that there's so many programs created for children? Specifically
Called
for
children programming.
Specifically for children, because their minds are still growing. They're going to be easily influenced over the things that they know, because they don't know anything. They don't know anything, so they can't really challenge. They can't necessarily challenge a lot of things if what they see is bringing them joy, and it's just what all they know. You are what you know. So like, yeah, it's heavy with the programming, man. And
my kids, they love pranks, like. And just a lot of like children's stuff that is on right now, like a lot of the garbage, it's a lot of just pranks. You know what I mean? Like it's from TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and then these YouTubers who are taking advantage of children that basically have their families on TikTok or YouTube, and they basically grow their kids up on YouTube, but it all caters to children. They prank each other all the time. You see these boyfriend and girlfriend like couples, and they're pranking each other all the time and doing like oh, he cheated on me prank, like or these loyalty tests, and it's just like I literally will thumbs down those people and then make sure to like check them so I don't see their pages anymore.
Yeah.
I absolutely detest that type of stuff. Those loyalty challenges and those, oh, he cheated on me, she cheated on me prank, or I'm going to pretend like I'm talking to somebody prank. Why would you put your partner in that position? Even just as a joke.
Because the relationship is a game.
Right. I mean, it's just like, why would I never do that?
I couldn't be in a relationship like that, even thinking about that.
Yeah, it just upsets me. So my children, like, they watch this stuff and they're like, oh, we're just pranking. Like, no, it's like, stop doing that. Like, stop. These are not games. These are not jokes. Like, and everything is, oh, it's just a prank. It's just a prank. Like, people are going into stores and they're doing stuff, and it's just like, bro, so where is this prank culture coming from? Like, this game, everything is a game. Like, stop. Like, that makes me so frustrated. There were so many things that I had to like tell them, like, stop watching this. Like, I had to stop, and I would go in the YouTube and then thumbs it down, and you can do not interested, so you don't see their content anymore, so they couldn't find it.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wanted to touch on one thing real quick because Mel had mentioned TV programming, but that's not
too.
Huh?
I got something too.
Well, it's still on the same page of what you're talking
a little
about.
Off.
TV programming. Why do we call it TV? It's called television. It's almost like they shortened it so that we didn't even make that correlation. So you've got television programming. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really if you actually say it fully, you're like, wait, tell a vision through programming. You know what I'm saying? So they're programming visions into people, and it's just literally inception.
False realities.
Yeah.
It's literally inception. Like, you're implanting these ideas, these visions, these concepts, these constructs in people, very young people. And now this is why you've got this prank culture, because, these young children are watching this stuff for entertainment. I mean, understandably so. I see why they act the way they act. Like, if all you see is prank videos, you're going to think, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you have fun.
And it's not true. It's life's not a game.
I think they're fun to watch. No, sorry, not the breakup ones.
Yeah.
But when I like the ones where they be like walking up to people and they be saying something like, "Oh damn, she got a little fatty right there," like even if they girl, and the reaction, like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
I understand what you're saying. I understand. That's a little different. It's along the same lines, but you're also an adult.
Yeah, true.
And you have you have the ability to decipher entertainment. This isn't reality. I should not do this. But with someone younger, not even just children under 7, but maybe they're 10 or 14, they think that stuff is okay.
They think it's simply okay.
And they think that we can go into the Walmart and just walk past a girl with a cake in my hand and be like, man, I can't. This cake is ready to eat. I'm ready to beat these cakes, right? Because I got a box of Betty Crocker, and then she looks at you like, what you mean beat these cakes? I'm talking about the box of cake. And she's going, oh, like, nah, man. Like, I mean, like, we understand it's comedy, but they think it's okay. And then maybe one day they just come out on the wrong one.
Definitely levels to it.
I think that, and maybe, I don't know, maybe this don't really happen, but I was thinking about some prank the other day. And I was just thinking, man, because when you look at ads, these game ads, there's these stupid game ads where there'll be like a woman getting a massage, and all of a sudden a zombie like starts eating the masseur, and she gets up and then she runs and then builds this underground structure, right? So I was thinking, I'm like, what if somebody did a flash mob with zombie, like a zombie attack flash mob? And I was thinking, wow, that would not be smart. Mm-hmm. So many people have been programmed to believe that that's going to happen eventually.
Oh, zombie flash mob.
They think that maybe they're gonna start getting shot.
Yeah. That's
like, the zombies are really here.
Yeah, zombies are here. Cause like, just think about it. Like, if you just start seeing it happening, like you're just chilling with your boys, and then all of a sudden you see this dude walking down the street, dragging his leg and limping, and he goes up to another dude and bites him or whatever, and then the dude kind of like drops down, and then 3 seconds later he pops up and he starts doing that, and then a whole bunch of people.
You know what would be wild? I just had a wild idea. If
the zombie apocalypse flaps.
But like if there was you know how technology is getting better. So let's just say there was some kind of device where you were, let's say this house. When you come into this house, everything that you see is going to be under some kind of effect. So it'd be literally like a reality type of 3D world, but you're within this house, but you have these devices that create that as soon as you walk in. And so maybe someone will start to look like an actual zombie, but they're not knowing about these fucking devices, and you're just there. You know what I mean? So that could be another way that people, if they, come in herds and start influencing people with, that type of, unbeknownst to them, that could be another way.
Alexa, turn my house into a Roman goddess studio. All right. So then everybody walks in. Now all of a sudden it looks like you're in the clouds, and there's gold paint on the walls, and everyone's wearing togas and robes.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if we were to do this, it's chilling. If we were to do this, then it would be a major problem, because now people are going to start shooting these zombies that they think are real. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be limitations to these pranks and everything that people are doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if something like that were to happen, one couple bullets go off, everybody's not joking anymore. Hey, we're not zombies. We're real people, man.
Right, but what happens when that very first round kills somebody? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But I just feel like people, they don't know when to stop. Like, it's GTA. Like, it's,
But this is prominent in America. Like this type of things that we see in our social media feed, and the things that kids see on a regular. Because if you look at China, they say that, I haven't been to China, but they say that China or these other countries, when they have on their social media stuff, they have a lot of things that are geared towards education and learning.
Bruh,
and it's like they don't even tolerate the BS, And I'm just like, it makes sense. It lets you know what their society is valuing, You know, you're going to be controlled by the things that you see. So the more dumber and stupid, and you know, your mind is going to gravitate towards things that aren't actual value. It doesn't bring you actual value. It stimulates your mind, but it doesn't give you anything that's beneficial. It's just dumbing you down, you know. And so, of course, why not? It's easy to control. Why not? This is what you do in a capitalistic society. This is what's happening, you know? And within their societies, they're looking at, hey, I want to make everyone, you know, yes, we see that this is an addictive thing, that this is a thing that a lot of people are doing. You know, if you're going to be addicted to something, be addicted to something that's going to benefit your overall growth. And I think that's cool that other countries would implement things that are more knowledgeable and versus something that's more toxic to your mind.
Yeah, we're terrible. I mean, that just makes sense when you care about the growth of your society and your people, not just the 1% or the 0.5% at the top. But I mean, there was something that came out that said that when TikTok was created, we all know that TikTok is a Chinese company.
Right.
It was not made in America, and they control TikTok. And I'm sorry, they still have control over TikTok. Donald Trump was trying to get TikTok banned for a reason. He was trying to get it banned and sold to Microsoft, so then at least it's controlled by America,
right,
which we can implant our values into it, which are not much better. But TikTok and now Instagram is moving this way. It's just meant to gear you towards entertainment. It's geared you towards softening your brain. It's low education value. And high entertainment value, but it's just trash. So what the algorithm does in China, what I read was that the Chinese algorithm will actually push education, science, math. So things that are educational, science experiments, children going out and like they do the Rubik's Cubes thing, they push those things, which in America, then the algorithm is opposite. So we're pushed entertainment, and then anything that is educational is dropped to the bottom. So you have, anybody, people that are telling the truth, people that are, doing things that help other people. And we've probably all experienced this in our algorithms. You get dropped to the bottom because there's no money there. There's less entertainment value, and their goal is to keep you on platform. So the best way to keep you on platform is keep you entertained. You're less apt to sit and watch this video if it's somebody talking about something that's educational, other than if you got these girls twerking on camera. It's ridiculous. I literally thumbs down so much on Instagram. And I go to people's pages, not interested. People I don't even follow. I don't click on stuff, and literally now they have these suggested reels in your stories. And every time I pass one, you can't do anything about it. They're suggested reels, and it's just girls twerking, half naked. And I'm just like, I don't click on this stuff. I don't have friends that do this. Like, a lot of people I follow are people that I'm close to, and people that are in the the wellness field. I'm not following these twerk channels and all this stuff.
But you interact on them.
What do you mean?
You're
I don't.
Downing.
Oh yeah,
You can't.
No, I'm saying that something that comes up. I don't go. I won't. If I'm scrolling, right, then I'll scroll past it. But if it happens to come across me, and I'm on it, then yes, I will. Hey, I'm not interested in this.
You can't thumbs down it.
I think
you can't interact on it at all.
I think what they do is they also rearrange your feed based on the people that you follow. So the people the people that you follow, they may like that type of stuff, and because you follow that person, they put that in your feed.
So y'all don't see this type of stuff?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't see it on my. I don't see it on my animated mail profile, and I don't see it on the application of knowledge profile.
Do you guys have a lot of friends on those?
I see it on my personal. I don't see it on my but
I guess I see it. I guess I could say that I see more trash on the healthy alternative than I do on my personal.
Because you have a bigger you have a bigger audience.
But it's also about who you follow, because I don't follow a lot of people who are. I follow a lot of people who are into art or who are into business or who's into spirituality. Those are the typical type of people.
I mean, that's
that I follow.
ridiculous, man. Like, I don't like if I follow. I mean, it makes sense though, based on their algorithm. Like, I'm following this person because I know them in real life or I'm friends with them. But I don't necessarily like what they like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's,
I feel you.
it's annoying.
Like I see fighting videos pop up, and I'm just like,
really, I don't get any of that.
I'm just like, I don't want to see this. Like, I'll see it because sometimes entertainers, they'll post that stuff. You know, even RDC World, they posted like a fighting video on to like represent like some dude was getting punched in the face, but they did a skit about it, and you know, it was actual real one that was recent. Some dude just got punched in the face and he didn't do anything. And I was like, I know they did a sketch about it, but I don't actually like seeing that. You know,
You don't want to see the real vibe.
I don't want to see the real stuff. I mean, you obviously, you know, but I can separate the real from the fake. But yeah, that's why I don't follow a lot of. That's why I stopped being on World Star. Like
World Star's a cesspool.
Yeah, like I used to follow World Star, but then they started having fight compilations. I'm just like,
How long ago was that?
I stopped following them like 5 years ago.
That's what I thought.
World
Star's been cesspool.
It's been a minute since I followed them. Like because like on my web browser, I have like some of the sites that I typically follow. On World Star was one of the sites that I bookmarked, and World Star was one of them because I like seeing new music. And I like hearing freestyles and stuff like that. That's why I mainly went on it. But other than that, like I would enjoy, just a hip hop entertainment. But I was like, nah, man, all these damn fight compilations, especially when you're getting better. Like you as an individual, like you naturally just like, nah, that's not gonna, nah.
You
it's
just
like
don't want to. There's just a lot of that stuff like violence. Sexually explicit content.
Yeah,
like,
you just naturally
you just
don't
want
want
to
it.
see it. Like it's because inherently you know that there's something wrong. Or there's something, I won't say evil, but something doesn't sit.
It's
right
not
with
beneficial for your growth at
Right.
all. You know,
Like,
It's basically like eating chemical foods.
yeah, it's just
Right.
it's
It's the
being
same.
aware.
it's like, hey, listen, we like it, but we know this isn't good.
When you elevate on higher frequencies, you're so aware.
Mm-hmm.
You are aware of everything that's going to affect you. And if you see these toxic or this sexual explicit stuff that's unnecessary, like if it's art and it's being shown, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the human body, show it. This is part of who we are.
Nah.
But if you're like exploiting it and being, just in a vile manner, it's just like, nah, man, it doesn't resonate well with my soul.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't feel right. Well, maybe some people don't. But
No, a lot of people don't
When you
know.
have awareness of your body, you listen to it. Like if I eat something and I haven't eaten this thing in a while, like, oh, I'm starting to get a little ache right here. It's because of what I ate. Because what I ate prior to that, I've never received this ache. And so whatever's causing me this ache, I need to exclude this from my diet. You know what I mean? So it's that level of awareness. And I think, like, it's not hard to get there, but you just have to have the discipline to get there.
I think it's almost intentional though, because did you get there unintentionally?
Nah, I feel like everything that I've experienced and I've grown through, that I've gone through, it's just molded me to be that way,
At some point, you gained a level of awareness, though, and then you started to actively pursue, intentionally, growth.
Right. I went out.
And that's my point. Like, you know what I'm saying? It started off real small for me. Oh, I'm not gonna watch TV anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
just like that.
It was literally like TV. It takes up too much time. It has a lot of negativity.
it's like slowly but surely you just weed these things out.
Yeah. Actually, news was the first thing.
Yes.
It wasn't TV. It was news. Because my mom, you got to be aware. You got to know
My
what's
mom
going on
would watch it
around
from
you.
4:00, 4:30, and 5:30, and then at nighttime the 10:00 news would come on channel Fox News or Fox or whatever, and then at 11, with Clyde Gray, Channel 9 news. I'm just like, it's news all day. All day.
It is so toxic to consume. It's literally what you're talking about, Steve, twerk videos and sexually explicit content for an older generation.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. It's just toxic information constantly going into.
It's always bad.
It's
You know,
always
there's very
bad.
little positive stuff on the news.
It's like 80-20. 80%
Yeah.
bad, 20% good. Oh, well, they went down to the mother's home and they got her a cake.
They got it. They saved the squirrel from a tree.
The child.
So since we're talking about Instagram,
All right. Hold on. We doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Moving into the next segment.
We moving on to our next segment. Stephen Michael working the pole.
what? No, not you got. It's plural, not.
Working the poles.
Yeah, pole sounds.
All right. Hold on. All right. Stephen Michael working the poles.
Okay.
Plural.
Dun.
How many polls can you work at the same time?
So I got a couple today, and I love it. So this is a segment where I share some polls that I do on my Instagram.
Make sure you follow his Instagram, Stephen Michael Wellness, right?
Stephen Michael Wellness.
Stephen Michael Wellness. You know what I mean? So if y'all want to be part of the poll, make sure you follow.
Make sure you follow and interact with the poll.
And-
So
and- yeah, do that.
as time has progressed, like I get a lot more people interacting, and it's actually really cool because
Growing.
It's
This one thing could blow up the whole channel.
blow up the whole channel, man. Checking in with the polls. So I have a question for you guys.
Okay, let's do it.
So when you make spaghetti, right? Now think
Spaghetti?
of spaghetti.
Okay.
No, hold on. Not right. So not because there's all different types of pastas or whatever, but let's just talk about spaghetti first. So typically you're gonna have your tomato sauce, however you make it, and then you're gonna have your noodles, right? So let's just think of it in that manner, okay? Now you have two options.
Okay.
When you make that meal, do you A, have the sauce on one side, noodles on the other, then put it on your plate, right? So then you have your noodles, and you have your sauce on top, and then you eat it like that, or you mix it, right? However you do it, they're separate. Hold
I already
on,
know something.
I'm excited. Hold on.
right? So they're separate.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Or do you do the sauce, and then you have your noodles, mix it, put it all in the pot, and then you serve it that way?
I'm mixing that some bitch up. Turn it. You know what I mean? Mix it. I'm mixing it. I don't have it separate and then add it. No, I'm mixing it. You know what I mean?
So you have everything mixed, and if you were making spaghetti for a family, when they get their meal, it's already mixed.
It's mixed.
This is easily a cultural thing.
Okay, go.
If you talk to, I think if you talk to an Italian, they're gonna have them separate. If you talk to somebody from our culture, it's mixed automatically.
So what's your answer?
Mixed.
Always.
Always mixed.
The only time I would separate them is if there's a specific reason why serving it that way is better.
Yeah.
Like, so for example, if I have way more sauce than I have noodles, I might not mix it because then, it's going to be way too much sauce and I'm going to want to make another batch later. So I'll be thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm going to just put this but I'm going to still mix a little bit of the sauce in with the noodles I have, and I'll have some sauce left over. It still isn't going to be separated.
But it's mixed.
It's still going to be mixed.
That's interesting. Mine is opposite. It's separated. So I like to separate it because depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I like a lot of sauce, and then other times I just want a little bit of sauce. If I mix it all, I don't have the ability to control that. It's already mixed together.
Who wants a little bit of sauce?
I mean, I'm saying when I say a little bit, I'm saying like the noodles are covered, but
I make my noodles or my spaghetti meal exactly how I want it to taste. So I am going to make enough.
What if you were making it for another person?
I'll make enough. Like when
What
we
if
went
you're
to
making it for
when we went to
Get it
that
the way he wants
when
it.
we went to that retreat, I've never cooked for 30 whatever people.
Right.
But I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this happen, and it ended up working.
Interesting.
I would do that. I would measure it out the exact same way. Like I know how I want something to taste, and if it's to my liking, I know other people will enjoy it because I don't have a bad tongue. I know if I make food, if it's acceptable just for me.
Yeah, if it's hot.
Yeah, I mean, I know my level of like, other people won't like this, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware, like, okay, everyone else would enjoy this as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, so this is actually a really close poll, and there was a lot of people that commented. I mean, I had like
got so much
almost
debate.
almost 100 people.
The great spaghetti.
It's like
thing.
120.
The Great Spaghetti.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. But it was almost half and half. So, you guys are in the majority. So 58% of everybody said that they mix them together and they serve it that way. And then 48% or 42% said that they kept them separate.
I want to know the
demographics.
Yeah, I want to know.
I mean, it's my Instagram, so it's mostly melanated people.
Okay.
So
Which makes sense why.
right. So then you're gonna have a majority, but I mean, I don't know.
So
I
you know that you're an outlier in our community.
Yes, I actually had people say to me, "Well, you know, this is a black thing. Black people mix this is what they do." But I mean, we didn't grow up that way.
That's why I want to know the ratio of like how many.
Come on, man, you're going too hard.
No, I'm just curious because
I mean, it'd be great information. But I'm not going to do all that.
I have a diverse amount of friends. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like
Instagram
I'm not like
should
making
give
a
you
poll
analytics.
to do it, but I'm
Yeah.
just curious because I have a diverse group amount of.
I have a diverse group of friends.
friend, and I've been to different dinners with like past relationships of white girls, or I'll go to Asian families' homes and see how they interact, and also Hispanic family homes.
Any black family home?
And
I'm just asking. You name her.
yeah, I'm thinking yes, yeah. Me, had a few, but no. I grew up in a black family, so I don't need to get that. You know what I mean? And I grew up in the hood and all that. So, but I see because I've had situations where I've been on people's houses and they had it separated, and I was like, this is new.
I think really.
Yeah, I was like, this is new.
I think that's a good way to serve because you don't know what people want.
I think it's a good way to serve at a wedding, or if you're like at a hall or something. But if you're at the crib, you're gonna get what I got.
Okay,
you.
now if we're making,
you cook.
if I do a Alfredo, like a
I can see that.
an Alfredo,
but you said
I
spaghetti.
mix it. I understand that. Alfredo, like when I do broccoli or I do, like I'll do mushrooms and all my seasoning, whatever. I like to mix it all, and then I usually do a little bit of less sauce, so it's not very saucy. But I mix that all together.
But even with Alfredo, I'll still do that.
Because there's a lot of different ingredients. But spaghetti, I mean, I like
I don't think that you should compromise how you prepare food to think like because you're thinking about other people. You're never going to be able to please everybody. It's a
Right.
waste of time and energy. Number one. Number two, you could be exposing them to something that will enrich their life, something that's better.
Well, I mean, that's how I make it anyway. So I would always make it
Right,
that
so
way.
it's not about you making it make more sense for them. That's just like how they
that's
say.
just what's part of my argument.
That's just like how they. It was. You said. Yeah.
I said it's part of my argument.
Right. So that's just how they say. We're not going to season it because we don't know.
Oh, nah,
who.
man.
No,
No,
it's
no.
exactly the same thing. It's like instead of.
No, it's not.
Exactly the same.
I make it that way anyway.
Instead of
So I'm not
seasoning
changing
it,
anything that I normally would do.
Instead of making it taste good and seasoning it well, we leave it bland and everyone
That's completely
can just
different.
season it themselves.
That's completely
It's the
different.
same thing.
No, it's not.
But I'm about to put my foot
That's
in
That's like
this.
no. You're trying to
Let me
say that
show off,
mixing it
y'all.
is like it's being seasoned,
It's-
and then
When
not
you
mixing
say-
it is not.
When you say that it's because you don't know what people are going to like, it's that same mindset.
It's not because this is how I cook it anyway. But this is one of the benefits of doing it that way.
And it's not.
It's
though,
part of my argument. It
because-
is.
I'm gonna tell you
It's
why.
it's part of my argument.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you why.
It's one of my.
Why?
It's part of my
because
argument.
bland food is terrible.
It's not. Wait,
bad.
I don't
no.
want you to give me bland food.
You're being very. Oh, you're great. You're a great debater. But you're trying to conflate this, and that's not. They're not the same thing. My spaghetti sauce isn't bland. My noodles aren't bland. You can mix them together how you want them, and they're going to be seasoned.
It's the mindset.
No, it's
I
not.
don't agree with the mindset
No,
behind
you are
what you're saying.
part of my argument, or the part that gets me to say I'm right. It's not right or wrong.
But do you also?
But it is a benefit to my side.
Do you understand when
It does not have nothing to do with them being seasoned.
when the noodles are separate and the sauce is separate, and then you combine it, it changes the flavor.
in what way?
Because it'll be because you have to think the noodles absorbs the sauce.
You're gonna get more
You can mix
noodles.
it on your plate.
You're gonna get more noodle flavor from the way you do it.
Yeah, because it changes the flavor.
Mix it
Because
on
like
your
when
plate.
you taste it by itself, oh yeah, this tastes good. But when you combine it, okay, I need to add a little bit more to this. It changes the flavor.
You're adding a tremendous amount of food that's not seasoned because you're just putting it in water. You're just boiling it in water.
Wait, you
You're
don't season your
boiling-
noodles?
Huh?
You don't season your noodles? I do a little, you know what I mean? A little olive oil, you know what I'm saying? A little salt
Okay,
in them.
I understand what you're saying. But what he's saying is you can season it much better if you season it in the sauce.
Yeah.
Like,
You can mix it on your plate.
yeah, but it doesn't have any time to marinate.
If you literally take your sauce and you make your tomato sauce, right? You make it and then you add your noodles in, stir it up, and then serve it. There's no marination time. It takes hours for things to marinate.
No, it doesn't. Mushrooms
Depends on what it
5
is.
minutes marinate mushrooms. I think
So then, in the
I
same
think you also have
respect,
to
it can
consider-
marinate on your plate.
you also have to consider, okay, the time it takes for if you put it in a pot, it's still warm. It's gonna be the noodle's gonna be porous. It's gonna be ready to absorb.
It's not warm if I make it and then I serve it immediately.
You're supposed to chill your noodles after you cook them. You chill
Right,
them to
so you
keep them
stop-
from
the
from
cooking process.
Right. Now, me personally, I stop the noodles a little early because I know I'm gonna mix it with the sauce. So I let them continue cooking in the hot sauce a little bit, and that's gonna help them absorb. I mean, our spaghetti's different.
Right.
That's for sure. I mean,
We can have a spaghetti contest.
I mean,
There's no-
we can-
there's
Let's
no-
do it. Let's do
We're
it.
the judge.
Let's have let's do it. And Shell could be the judge.
Why would you two be a judge when you
No,
like
I
things
didn't say
certain-
us to be a judge. I said Shell could be the judge.
Listen.
I said we three will have the competition, and you cook it your way, and we'll see how it
We're not
tastes.
judging. No, so the problem is then you're not judging the difference between mixing it and the difference between
We'll see which-
adding them separate.
Then we'll just
you're
add-
judging the actual. You're judging the dish.
Who had the better
Which
experience?
is not. No, it's not the
like
same.
when I taste this, I had a
The
I didn't
same
like this
way,
experience.
if you do it the right way, if you're gonna do that,
the
would
right
be,
way?
The right way would be to have one person make the same dish.
Okay.
You have a batch of noodles, and then you you take some of their sauce out, serve them separate.
Okay, yeah.
And then you
Okay,
take
yeah,
the
yeah.
same food,
I just
and then
want
you
to
mix it.
I just want to compete. Let's get.
Yeah, you trying
I'm
to
trying to have a cook-off, girl.
No,
So-
this is
so listen, this is what we're gonna
We're
do.
talking about technique, not
We're-
flavors.
We're gonna have a spaghetti cook-off. I don't care about what Steve talking about.
Yeah,
He's talking
man.
about he getting too technical.
Yeah, me up there.
No, what are you talking about?
I want to eat several different spaghettis. That's all I care about at this point.
Here's like, yo, I'm trying to get
All of
some
this
food.
sauce, no sauce, I'm gonna mix it together. I just want to have a cook-off.
He's I'm gonna do both. I'll be over here whipping it. I'll be over here getting it. You feel me?
Steve always fasting
Whipping it,
nowadays,
getting
so
it,
we
whipping
have
it,
to
getting
wait
it,
for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, for real.
We can do it. We can do it. When
We can
go-
do it
when-
next summer.
We go to.
Oh, we go out of town.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can Anthony cook spaghetti?
Ah, he ain't
think he
cooking.
can
I
cook
might eat
anything.
it. I don't think.
No, nothing.
Nah.
He'll be like, yeah, I'll cook, and then his Uber Eats.
Yeah. Or he'll bring some steamed rice.
Yeah.
Like he did for that Thanksgiving. Oh my.
out of a bag, huh?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like who eats rice on Thanksgiving? You
He
know
brought
what I mean?
steamed rice to
Peruvians.
Thanksgiving.
Steamed rice. Steamed rice. He paid $1. A whole dollar for steamed rice.
Wait, did he at least steam it himself?
Chris was going ham with the yams in there cooking.
Oh, y'all
Oh,
had
I
a
did the
Friendsgiving.
pineapple and
He
the
had the
marshmallows on top.
pineapple, you know what I
This is back in
mean?
the
John
day.
was up there whipping it. I was doing my thug
think I did
thizzle
the
with the
macaroni,
turkey.
too.
This nigga brought some rice. This in steamed rice.
Unseasoned steamed rice.
Unseasoned
He
steamed rice.
didn't even put a little oil on it, no butter, no
Put some
salt,
butter on
no.
it or something, I don't know.
I'm just like, bruh. Who bring? Yeah, steamed rice, man.
That's hilarious. Okay.
I love you,
well,
Anthony.
maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we can go down when we go on vacation. We'll do.
You know what I mean?
So then I have one more.
All right, we got another poll.
So this one is I didn't get as many people because of the timing of when we released the video, and it's a poll off of the video. So the poll was off of the video of Short Men Need More. So when we talked about the study at the University of Chicago and how shorter men or 5'6" men have to earn so much more money, it was very interesting because people. I think that my Instagram, I don't know, sometimes they be capped.
This is what I said.
That's what he said.
Sometimes I think they be lying. But anyway, but then also a lot of people, I had a couple people share it and just be like, I don't like this. Like not the video, but just the fact that I feel like this is true.
Yeah.
So I just said, what is your height preference? Right. So what's your height preference? So the options were 5'6", right? So that was part of in the video. 5'10", which is the average height of men in America, and 6'2" plus. So
Now, is it a height preference for a woman, or would you just leave it open?
I mean, I just said, what is your height preference? But it was all women. It was all women that. What? No.
I'm saying men
were probably
Okay.
shorter.
They
or,
were
These were I went through because it wasn't a ton. I mean, it was like 30 people that voted, but I went through and it was all women. So I can see who voted. So the lowest one, as you can expect, not at 0%, surprisingly.
5'6" was shorter. It was a
At 8%, 5'6".
and 5'10" is going.
they're
to
probably
be
really
the third.
short though.
They're probably 4'11", 5', 5'2", something like that. So and here's the thing, like the average height for women is what, 5'4"? Is it 5'4" or 5'3"?
5'4".
Okay, 5'4".
in America.
So right, which is probably shorter throughout the world.
Yeah.
You know, so I would feel like, you know, 5'6". There's nothing wrong with that.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. I have a theory though.
I think Lil Wayne 5'6".
He's a tiny
5'6".
body.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow. So surprisingly, and this changed last minute. Let me see if it changed. The reason it's still there, but let me see if it changed. No, it's still the same. With more votes, actually. Okay, so actually, I got more votes. The 5'6" went down. It's at 7% now. So I have more votes. But at deadlock tied,
6'2".
5'10" and 6'2" plus.
That's
tied.
tied.
Well, 5'10" is a pretty. That's a.
It's an average height.
Most women are going to be okay with that. They're going to say that they're not, right? They're going to say I want a man, or they might say I want a man who's tall, and they don't define what that is.
Right.
But most women are okay with a guy that's 5'10". That's
I
pretty.
don't think that this is lightweight been proven, but women don't do well with measuring, and
yeah,
you know, I'm seriously.
Yeah, I agree with
because
that.
there was a poll, right? I mean, these things are important. There was a poll that was done, and the guy was on the street, and he was asking women, how big is 6 inches, right? And he was asking them to show on your hand how big is 6 inches. And most women were grossly over, right, or under. Like they didn't. It was very difficult for anyone to get close to actual 6 inches using their hand. Like some women were given like 8 or 9. Some were giving
Oh my
like 4.
God!
I mean, it was ridiculous. Like I don't.
They
think,
don't use tape measures.
Right.
That's
so-
why
so
they
then
don't
you
use
have-
a tape measure
So then,
ever.
so then you have, you know, women that will, you know, they talk about a man's, you know, dick and how big it needs to be, and it's just like, well, if you never measured one, you don't know how big it is. You're only going off of what he says, all right? Because he can say, well, I'm 8 inches, but maybe he's actually 6, right? Because of course, men are going to over exaggerate their dick size. I mean,
I don't.
I'm just.
You I'm gonna say not me.
I'm just
We're different
okay.
breed.
You're right. Yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm talking about the average dude.
Yeah,
like,
they
you
be
know,
lying
especially
about
when
their
you're
height.
young. Like
They lie about their height.
their height. I mean, women do it all the time. Like, yeah, man, he said you 6 foot. No, you're not. That whatever. But yeah, like if you tell a woman, yeah, I'm 8 or 9 inches, and you're 6, and she doesn't know any better, she's never measured it. If she doesn't really know, like unless you're looking at it, like, and you're looking like, I don't know, bruh. Like, you don't know. You just take it for what it is. So a woman could be like, yeah, I've had multiple dudes at 8 or 9 inches, and you're not 8 or 9 inches. Clearly, you're probably 4 or 5. But it's like, no, maybe this dude's a solid 6. Like
You know what? That's an excellent point because women, so many times women have been like, "What are you like 6 foot?" And I'm like, 6 foot,
right.
6 foot.
It's hard to determine how tall something is if you're 5'4". How do you just know I'm tall?
No, Steven. That's half a foot off.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like, oh, what are you like 6 foot? No, never. I haven't been 6 foot since I was like 13.
3.
Like
3.
What are you talking? It's insane to me to hear that come out of a woman's mouth.
Just like they say, men can't judge a woman's bra size, right? Like I have
definitely can't.
No idea.
They don't even know what their bra size is.
No idea.
They be wearing the wrong size bra all the
There's,
time.
No idea.
There's a lot of women out there who don't have anything, and they wear bras, brasiers, to make you think that they have something.
Oh, that's true. But that's something a little different. But that's true. I've tried to, I won't say study, But you know,
I try to study them.
the one girl told me, you know, what you want to listen for is high letters, low numbers. So
High letters.
yeah, so you have the letter which is
32A.
no,
Oh, yeah.
no, high letters,
like
low
40,
numbers.
42.
High.
You said 32A.
What is a high letter?
Is A high letter?
It's
That's
the
a low.
first letter.
Okay, would that be high?
That's a low one, right?
Would that be high?
You talking about titties?
I'm
I mean
talking
breasts.
breasts.
I mean,
When I think of a hierarchical
Is
system,
no, I didn't say. Oh, see,
high A is at the
No.
top.
no,
Is
that's,
A not at the top?
no.
he's talking about.
He knows exactly what I meant. He's
No,
just
I
being-
didn't know what you meant.
You
A,
a high? Did I say hierarchy?
first, high, top, pyramid.
You talking about
In-
bra size, right?
Yes.
I thought he was talking about bra size.
Right. Did you? When I said high letter, did you think I meant A would be a high letter?
Nah. D.
A high
D,
letter.
that's a low letter. It's
Chris-
below the A.
Okay.
Is the D not
Okay.
below the
You
A?
don't know.
Is
Men,
the D not below the A?
What do you mean below? You're thinking of it's going up and down. Like we're just talking. We read left to right. So a higher number or a higher letter would be the same as a higher number.
What?
1 starts here. 10 is here.
Chris,
10 is the higher number.
do you understand women's bra size?
Yes.
Okay. So if I
I know
said
that A's are small.
Right.
Oh, now you know A's are small.
But you said
high
letter,
number or high letter,
low
low
number.
number. Right. So then
A1.
A1.
That's
no,
that's
that would be
Oh,
a
that's
baby.
that's
That'd be a
nothing.
baby. That'd be a baby.
That's nothing. That's
A,
me.
A1 credit. That's the
No,
best.
you're probably more than A. You got muscles, probably more than A1, A10 something. But yeah, so that's what she was like. Listen, you'll never understand it. Don't even try. When girls be trying to make you guess, don't even. Don't even.
what size
'cause you
you think
can't.
I
But they don't. But that's what I'm saying. They don't even know.
They don't. They'll go to like Victoria's Secret will then measure you, but then they measure you for Victoria's Secret. But that's why a lot of times they have their own size and stuff because there's so many. It's so generalized and everyone's a little different.
It makes
But
sense for women.
The cup. The letter is the cups are the letter's the cup size. Right. So it's the circumference around the nipple. Right.
Okay.
It's the
circumference around the
it's
titty.
like
The
like-
radius
It's
or
like
the-
the
Yeah.
cup. So when you put your hand on a titty,
Oh wow.
how much of your hand?
But which way you putting your hand on the titty?
Right,
You putting it
because
like
you could-
this,
Uh,
or you doing like that?
this?
or you can do it
Yeah,
from the
no. This.
or like-
You're getting the size
or like-
of the front of it, the actual girthiness.
I don't like holding it like this.
Like this?
This is
What
this
about
is
like
weird.
this?
I
Y'all are
this
being
is
very
like my
childish.
thing.
I'm trying to have I'm trying to teach.
This is more of my thing,
More?
like kind of like side where you can really get the meat of it.
I feel you.
Wow.
I mean, I feel.
And where the nipples? Because if you do like this,
Well, it depends on
Bruh.
the size, yeah. Because some
Bruh.
nipples are like.
a lot of women's breasts kind of spread like this way a little bit. They're not like this.
It's like a paint drop. Like if you get a paint drop and you drop a paint, bam.
That's a higher number.
The big nipples.
Big numbers is gonna be more of a teardrop.
Okay.
I would not be opposed to
If you
it.
had a lower number, so she said, I'm a 34 double D.
Okay.
She has very large breasts and they're very perky. That means they sit up very high, and they're going to be large.
a 34.
34 double D.
So
This
that's
is probably
a low number. 34 is low.
No, it's a high. That's like
no,
a big.
No. That's a low number.
34.
Yes.
Well, what's
It's
the
a-
range?
Hold
It's
on. That's some
I'm
big
not.
titties.
I'm not. It's a 34. What? It's
D?
not necessarily big titties.
D.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Or you compare that to anime titties? What do you?
Yes. Okay. And anime titties.
like
These
H.
women. These are going to have. Yes. They're going to have. They're going to have high letters, low numbers. These are not just.
What's the range of the numbers?
Yeah. What's the range? Of
I don't
the
know. I think they
letters?
started 28,
What's the range
30,
of the letters?
something like that.
Oh, so 1 is not a number.
No.
No.
Oh, okay. So you can't get A1 titties.
No. That's
Oh,
training
No.
bra.
No. That's like.
Oh, okay.
That's me.
You can't
No,
do
you're
that.
bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm probably bigger.
So if a woman said, "Yeah, I'm a 34 double D," she has huge breasts that sit up very high. There's very little sag to
So that's
them.
like porn star breast.
But once again, going back to the original thing is that women they don't do well with measurements and they don't understand height. So I think that a lot of times when we talk about being 6 foot, or women will say, well, yeah, I need a man who's at least 6 foot, and it's like, well, only 16% of men or 15% of men in the world are 6 foot. Like, they don't really realize what 6 foot is. I think that what they're really saying is, I just need someone taller, and I think that maybe 5'9", 5'10" may fit that bill.
I think women don't want to be eye level with you when they're wearing their highest heels.
No, I do.
I think that's the way that they should probably describe it.
If you are a woman who is, so I had a girl who I talked to, and she's 5'8", right? And I said, well, I'm 6'4", and then she just was like, yeah, that's sexy. So if you think about the height difference there, what was that 8 inches? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 8 inches. Right. So if you take a woman who's, let's say, the average height of a woman who's 5'4", now add 8 inches, that's 6 foot. But there's not too many women out there that's 5'8", so I can't usually even get that. Right. So most of the women that I have to talk to we're much more spread apart. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have a woman that would be taller, to be closer to me, and maybe that's what women are thinking, but I don't know, maybe not. What do you think is the purpose of them desiring someone much taller?
I guess it shows a difference between women. I guess in their nature, they want to feel protected.
So you're saying that they want to feel small?
No, well, not well. They want to.
Wow.
They not necessarily. They want to.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying not. Don't make it into something it isn't.
Okay.
It's not that they want to feel small. It's just that typically women are more prone to men being bigger, and they have a sense of protection. Usually, a man who's bigger than them, they can be protected.
Right. So, I mean, have you heard the term, or you've heard where women say, "Yeah, I want to date somebody bigger because I felt it made me feel smaller."
No, I've never heard that particular phrase.
I've heard that with taller women. Like, I've heard that very rarely. Though.
Do you think that this? I have a theory. So I think that what's happening is that because of the average size, so the average size of women in like the 40s and 50s was like I think it was 120 pounds. Mm-hmm. Something like 120 pounds. The average size of women.
Of all women.
All women.
Oh, because I always get kickback. You gotta look at the culture and the ancestors.
That has nothing to do with culture. This is women.
I always get kickback about when I talk.
Now, of course, you're gonna have outliers, right? So you're gonna have women that are bigger. You're gonna have women that are smaller. But the average size is 120 pounds. With men, the average size was 162, right? Moving forward now, 2000, at least 2000, but I think that the study was 2000, 2010. It was redone. Then the average size of women is now 160. The average size of men ballooned up to 168. So the men gained 8 pounds on average size. Women gained 40 pounds as an average size. Or whatever, 162 to 168, whatever number you want to go with. Regardless, it's a small number, right?
6 pounds versus
6 pounds versus 40.
Ugh, nearly 40 pounds.
Right.
Right.
So the size of the average woman has ballooned, which there's a lot of reasons for that. You know, you look at our beauty industry, healthcare. You look at hormones; they are all messed up, right? You look at birth control. All these things are increasing the weight of our women. So I'm not saying it's all their fault, but we have to understand that these things are factors. And
well, most of it isn't their fault. Most of it is even the ones that just want to eat. They want to eat because you think they're just gluttonous. They're still being controlled. There's signals being sent to the brain telling them to eat. That's what people don't understand. These drugs and these things we're taking. So I would say the mass majority of it isn't the fault of the individual, but that doesn't remove their responsibility.
Right. I like that. Did you have something you want to add?
Well, I wanted to know, how do you all feel about fat shaming?
Okay, I wasn't done with my point yet.
I know, that's why I was going to wait.
Oh, okay. You just look like you had.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. So all right, I won't forget that. But my theory is that due to the increase in size, I think that it in our world increases the desire or the want for a taller man, right? Because now if women are typically smaller in stature, and then now they're becoming larger in stature, and for some of, I won't even say more outliers, more of the average, can be bigger than men. There's the desire to be bigger. Now you have, of course, ones that are smaller as well, but
That's deep, man.
it is, right? I mean, I'm talking about on a deep, like,
it's deep. I think there's something there. I think there's I haven't heard that as much, but I do
it's a
understand.
theory I came up with myself.
I do understand that women want to feel protected, and they want to feel dainty. If I can use that word.
I've heard that
I don't
so
know if
many
I'm gonna
times.
offend
I want a
anyone.
man to be able to throw me around. I mean, literally, there's a post going around on Facebook right now where, someone's they're like, yeah, at when you guys are going around picking up these small women, and I'm a big girl. I want to feel like I can fly too.
No,
Like-
and this is the problem, because I just saw a video of a girl. She was like Lizzo sized. And she is at maybe like a wedding or something, I don't know. And I'm hoping that she was drunk, because I don't see how you could do this when you weren't. She's Lizzo sized. So at a wedding, at these little flimsy tables that they put together with the tablecloth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she gets up on the chair because she's trying to get on top of the table. Well, she almost topples over on the chair, right? So that was a Lizzo sized woman.
Okay.
So you understand what size we're talking about. So she gets up on the chair, almost topples off the chair, continues anyway, upwards and onwards. She gets on top of the table, but as she gets on top of the table, she like jumps on top of the table. I'm assuming her goal was to do a split. I have no idea what she was thinking. And the whole table comes
I've
tumbling.
seen that.
It is absolutely absurd.
Like, why would you do that?
It makes no sense. But the mindset of that woman, the delusion of that woman had to be that this is okay, this is going to work out. There's no way that she did it thinking that was going to happen. And so the question then becomes, where does that delusion come from? Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you're small and dainty. This woman was huge. Like, seriously. I don't care who you are. Like, if you're Shaq, you can't get up on a table and do something.
I'm not getting on a table.
Like,
and
you
I'm not-
know your weight. You know that there's a threshold for what things can withstand. I mean, when you talk about safety and stuff, right? Ladders have a threshold. If you're more than 250 pounds,
240, 250.
most
a lot of
ladders are
say,
not
nah, man.
safe for you.
Yeah.
Right? There's a threshold.
Now the ladder fat shaming you. You can't get up on me.
Right. It's fat shaming you now. Right? They didn't use strong enough materials to build it. It's just like, bruh, no. Like, you need to know there's limitations to what you can do because of your size. All of this. So, and this probably gonna go into Mel's thing.
I just did that.
You finished? You good?
I'm good.
We continuously remove accountability from people who are a certain size or whatever.
Men and women.
Right? Yeah. This is just across the board. We constantly remove accountability and we say, no, it's okay. And we try to manipulate the world around these people. It's absurd. It's never going to work because there's laws of physics and there's reality. And you can't bend the world's reality to cater to this one person. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, when Steve mentioned the average weight of like it's like 120 for the women.
Yeah.
And then it went up to 160.
Yeah.
It made me think of this video I just recently saw. It was like Andrew Tate was talking about it.
Oh, well, we already know how that goes.
Yeah. But he was
He got
talking
banned on Facebook
and Instagram.
and Instagram
Saudi.
and TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah, they deleted his TikTok, but
Okay, that doesn't.
But the thing is, like, I just got familiar with him. And I actually agree with a lot of things.
The
he said.
dude is very intelligent.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah.
who thinks that he's a clown, I don't want to say that you're stupid or anything like that. You're not paying attention.
the
it's
delivery.
The same thing they did to Kevin.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the delivery. It's how he said. I mean, but it's not always on a lot of stuff he says. It's the clips.
It's the clips.
It's the clips.
Stop watching
Stop
clips.
watching clips. Listen
to him talk.
Like watch an episode of him talking. You're like, yo, this dude is smart.
He knows exactly what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
sorry.
And so, I mean, I was listening to him just like, I like this guy. So I was looking for more of his content. Like, where is he at? You know? And then
He's
literally
exploded.
it was like, He got banned. I was like, oh, I didn't get to look at his stuff yet. I didn't get to look at his stuff yet, man.
He's still all over YouTube.
He's all over YouTube.
Yeah, I'm looking at those clips. But he had he was talking about how if you go to other countries, they fat shame you. And so if you go to clubs or parties, all the women look like models because they're all in shape and they have these nice figures because they shame you if you are obese or if you're fat, you know? And so that's made me ponder the question. If you look at America, if we mention if we say anything about fat shaming, we like, huh, you know, we point this person for being, you know, we call this person maybe he's discriminatory. He's
if you're
prejudiced.
a man, they call you misogynist.
Oh, yeah, misogynist or things of that nature.
Or
but
sexist.
In other cultures, they shame you for not living or being healthy. But here within America, we're like, oh, we got to let this person still be who they are, you know.
Especially the moms in different countries. Oh, they're going to shame you.
Oh, man. That's definitely in all those foreign countries. It even happens in America with other cultures, you know, that are here, you know. Yeah. And so... But yeah, I was just curious to know, do y'all think it's, what are your thoughts on fat shaming?
As in a way to decrease the size of a person? Like, as in,
Yeah, I mean, well, just like saying, hey, you're fat. You need to lose weight.
Let's first define what fat shaming is.
Okay.
I wouldn't know how to define it properly.
So shame is because we talked about it a little bit last week. So shame is the, you know, making... you feeling as if you are worthless. So you feel I would say that fat shaming would be saying something that would make someone believe they are worthless due to their size. But shame is really an internal thing. It's not really an external thing.
Right.
So what we're actually talking about is not fat shaming. See, that's just the terminology.
Correct.
Right. That's why I wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's also not to be disrespectful to anyone.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you don't have to be. Here's the thing. I work with people, and, you know, I constantly, and Chris did the same thing with me. You know, I had a woman just recently, and she just was like, you know, I'm like 260, and, you know, I think that if I was down at about 210, 220, I'll be happy and I can stay there. She was 5'6", right? So, and I'm just like, well, here's the thing. You're way too high. Like, I mean, your height, I mean, you need to be down in the 140 area to be normal.
See, Steve is just being,
I'm being
down
nice.
in the 130
Yeah,
area.
I mean, I'm being nice. But, I mean, just to bring you in normal range, right? We've over time, we've taken this number and we think that, you know, being overweight is okay. Like, it's not okay. And take it from me as someone I'm not technically in normal range based upon BMI yet, but, I mean, going from almost 400 pounds and then realizing, man, I'm really sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, so to answer your question, I don't think that fat shaming is good. Okay. So fat shaming is in, you walking into an auntie's house and they're like, oh no, you're going to eat a salad. Everyone else is going to have steak because you're fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not okay. I don't agree with that. But that's also not the culture that we grew up in. Like, we didn't grow up in that culture. If we grew up in that culture, and if everyone is thin, and let's say Japan or China, where most people are small, that means it's not, as we talked about earlier with the products and stuff, we are a product of our government and our environment, right? So, I mean, you have the just the diversity in the gut health and the microbiome, and people there in other countries, they can digest food better. Chris says all the time that if we all digested our food optimally, we wouldn't be fat, right? So if they have a microbiome that can digest food very well, they don't have the products that have all the chemicals in them. Their governments don't allow red 40, yellow 20, and all these things that are in these processed foods. They have a culture that says eat at home and, you know, eat 2 meals a day. They have a overall culture that says that they're going to promote a healthy weight, right? So if you are the outlier, which means you're doing something that is way different from everyone else, which is causing you to be overweight, I mean, maybe it's okay to call that out. Like, not shame them, but I think it's okay to call them out. In our society, we're the opposite, right? Where we don't have a diverse microbiome, where we don't have good gut health, where we have a a fitness system that lies to us, that tells you calories in versus calories out, right? Which is not true. Which tells us that you need to eat this, and this. But a lot of that stuff is still processed. All the stuff that if you go get a meal plan from a dietitian, most of that stuff or all these snacks, a lot of stuff is processed.
Protein bars.
I mean, my God, man, they just shove protein down your throat. Like, oh, you got to take these shakes, you got to take these bars, you got to eat this, you got to eat that. Like, it's trash. That's why we're not losing weight. We're just getting bigger. But we have the biggest fitness system in the world, right? So in our society, I don't think that, shaming once again is good either, but people don't take accountability. They don't take responsibility, as Chris said. And I think that it's okay in the right setting. And I'm a little bit of a different person, right? I like to round things off a little bit. I think in the right setting, then it's okay to let someone know, like, hey, listen, no, this is not good. You're still overweight. You need to lose weight because it's not healthy. It's not about how it looks. It's not about living your best life. Like, it's when you see women tell women all the time, like, girl, you look beautiful, da da da. Like, bro, we're creating this delusion, and it's like we're not healthy. And it's not healthy to be 5'6", 200 pounds. It's not healthy. I don't care how it looks. It's not healthy.
We should change it from fat shaming to fat awareness.
Right, and that was going to be my point. Like, it's not what it is not fat shaming. That's just like when if I were to say, like, oh, I would never date a trans woman. I think that's what
is that
right? Trans woman, that's a
yes.
man.
Yeah,
that's
right?
a man.
So if I say I would never date a trans woman, oh, you're transphobic. No, I'm just not gay.
Yeah, well, what do you mean, Chris? She's a girl.
Like that's right. So they manipulate what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gay, and now I'm transphobic because I'm not gay. That doesn't make sense. So it's not fat shaming, because a lot of times what it is not fat shaming. It's not what Steven said.
Right.
Right. It's just making you aware, like, hey, like,
like, hey, you need to
know
cut back.
You would do a little better if you had, if you lost 20 pounds.
You
breathe a little heavy out there, man.
Or just be existing. Like, you should not be just existing.
Right. You shouldn't have a resting heartbeat of 65, 70. Just you're just chilling, and your heartbeat is 70. And your heartbeat is 70. Like, check your Apple Watch and look at your resting heartbeat. If it's 65, 70, it's a problem.
Yeah. So that's all it is. I think we need to understand, because people use these words.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Because they're powerful. Because people can get behind them.
Right. They have an agenda.
Stop fat shaming me. I'm not fat shaming you. You came to me for advice. Right?
Well,
like,
I mean, they don't do that to us.
Right. That's true.
But
I don't get that.
But but maybe on a platform like this, if I say, oh, if you're 5'6", 180 pounds, you're overweight or whatever, you need to reframe. But it looks good. Now you need to reframe thickness. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, you should get you a white girl and all this other stuff, right?
You know everything that y'all saying. I had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday, and the way he saw his body was because of how other people were viewing him.
Yeah.
Because he was starting to eat healthy, and then he started losing weight, and then a lot of people was like, man, you looking mad skinny, and you're looking like you don't look healthy.
I hate that.
And then he started, you're like, yeah, man, I don't look right like that. So started gaining weight. I'm just like, you need to block out all that noise. You need to get rid of that noise around you, because their definition of healthy and all that is way different than what actual health or being healthy is. Like, this view of you have to be, when you're this height, you have to be like super bulky and all this stuff, and you move like this. You know what I mean? And just like, no. I said, just look at the information that's happening out there. Like, you have these pains. Like, this is all, like, you're big, and you can see it. Like, your body's not where you want it to be, but you're only not there because of the people that are telling you you're unhealthy. But a lot of people who gain weight, they will rarely hear someone say, oh, you're looking a little unhealthy. But,
but when you start getting small, that's when they say,
they be like, oh,
hey,
you all right? You eat?
You know how much I heard that? Like when I was going through, like when I first started my transformation, I think the first 100 pounds I lost, like I heard that all the time. Like, oh no, Steve, you're just looking real small. You don't look right. Da da da. Like, what is
That's a warped mindset.
But then I come to Texas, nobody says a word. I look normal because they don't know me.
Right.
They don't know me. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you look fine. Like, I got a lot of attention. Like, but people that knew me, it
toxic circles, man.
Those toxic circles will definitely keep you from growing, man. And so for anyone out there who's who's on their health journey and they're around people who aren't on your journey, you got to block them out because yes, you're probably a little bit more emotional because you have all these toxins and stuff. But once you just block that outside noise, focus on your journey, how you want your body to look, and you want to meet your health milestones, ignore that stuff. Ignore that, man, because they're not on your journey, man. But yeah, I think we could put a bow on it with that bad boy. Make sure you all subscribe and all that stuff. Steven, Michael, I love you.
Yeah,
Chris
love
James,
you too,
I
man.
love you, homie.
Watch out for them toxic circles.
You know what I mean? Forget them toxic circles, and we was.
That's new, right? I just came up with that.
I'm sure that it's.
But have you heard it before? You said you heard it, Mel?
I don't know. Subscribe to the channel, follow,
Toxic circles.
and we will see you beautiful people next week. Have a beautiful day.
Holla.